Welcome back, guys. This is wolfwire Studios, and here I am with another devlog, and let's just quickly get on with it. So if you remember from the last devlog, I was talking to you about the data table that I have implemented in my game, along with the 1x iron sight that I created. So I have some updates on that. I have created a different type of scope method for the ACOG, especially. That's called picture in picture. Those of you who have played Insurgency might be familiar with that. You know, a standard mode and a picture in picture mode that's a bit heavy on performance and zooms in pretty good. The usual sniper scope zoom in that we call. So that I achieve using a simple render target. Let's just quickly look at the stuff that I've prepared. So here we have this render target, as you can see, using a material which is being used by a scene capture component 2D, which is here on the weapon, as you can see, that camera looking thing, okay, with its own FOV and everything. And I'm attaching it using a socket on the weapon because I want this scene capture component to be weapon specific, not exactly, player's viewpoint specific for, accuracy. And I'll be changing weapons, so I'll have such sockets on every static mesh, sorry, skeletal mesh. So what I'm doing is here, I'm attaching that particular scene capture component onto the weapon using that particular socket that I have. And that's it. After that, in the player blueprint, what I'm doing is I'm running a check here on this part is in ADS, and I'm calling this particular function that I made inside the weapon blueprint using this particular enum. And you can see here, which has just two values as of now, a standard and picture in picture. It's just going to tell you which type of scope currently you have equipped, and it will pass on that value every time you zoom in or zoom out, ADS in or ADS out. Along with that, I'm just reducing the speed for, realistic measures. So this particular function here in weapon base is actually talking, where is it? Yeah, it's actually talking to the ACOG scope that I have in my game. This one here. This one, you might remember this. So what does this function do? It's very simple. I'll just explain you briefly and quickly. It's just taking that particular values as an input, these two values, the not exactly the second value, the first value, that's the scope in enum. It's just taking that value and it's running a switch on that to see if we are in ADS or not. If we are in ADS, then we are just going to simply make the scene capture component visible along with adjusting the FOVs and the current active socket, because I have set two different sockets, one for the normal ACOG and one for the picture-in-picture ACOG. I'll call it the PIP. Along with that, I'm just casting to the ACOG class and calling this function scope in, scope out inside the ACOG blueprint. Here it is. It's just actually changing the visibility of the RT lens, which is in my case the lens, or you can say the circle that is projecting the render target RT, and the lens is the typical static mesh that I created. So I'll just show you guys quickly when I'll zoom in and zoom out, the lens and the RT lens and the normal lens, they just change their visibility status. That's it. Inside the player blueprint, I have made some adjustments to the code. Nothing much. I just clean up some stuff in terms of optics, switching and whatnot. I have implemented something else that I'm very interested in telling you guys about. So that is the reload logic. Where on earth is it? I just have a hard time finding it. Yeah, I created this enum called game difficulty, which I'll be using throughout my game for everything. That's basically the recoil, the AI, and this reload management system. So you guys might remember from the Insurgency devlog that I've created a hard difficulty reload system, which is just discarding the mag that you have and everything. Just check out that video. And this is the easy logic, the one that is used in COD, basically, and every other typical FPS shooter, where you have a total bullet count and the current bullet count ammo. So you just have the deficit, which is created whenever you shoot, and it is taken up from the maximum ammo. Like you have 90 and 30, so if you have 25 in the current ammo, 5 will be taken from the max ammo. And if you want to see it, you can just see it. It's a very simple logic. I'm just fetching the value from the weapon info struct. I'm checking it. I'm calculating the deficit here, and then I'm setting that deficit after subtracting it from max ammo to the new max ammo, and I'm using that deficit to add to the current active magazine, so everything is just balanced out. I'll show you guys in a couple of minutes. that's pretty much it in terms of the new code that I've added. Yeah, that's it. And other than that, let's look at the anim blueprint. I've improved some of the values that I use in leaning, but moreover, I have done this. This is the vertical grip hand adjustment. So I wanted to have my player hold the vertical grip like this, the way it should be, but there was no time, and you can say I was not just equipped with resources to make the animation on my own. So I took the help of inverse kinematics. So here I am using modify bones, as you can see, on basically every finger. So we have three parts on our fingers, index 1, 2, and 3, and that makes up 5. So we have 15 different nodes connected, as you can see, for vertical grip. And the same is for the stock settings. But again, the animation was very specific to a particular weapon, and that may not happen every time in my case. So I have also done the stock hands adjustment, the one that is just holding the barrel. I'll show you guys in a moment. And that's pretty much it. So let's just quickly recap what all I've added in my game. I've added a picture-in-picture scope. I've improved the game difficulty functionality. I've added a toggle for that picture-in-picture scope, and now I have two reload systems in my game basically. Now I can quickly switch the sockets of my player's arm using inverse kinematics from the barrel to the vertical grip, and that's pretty much it. Now let's quickly see it in action. So here we are. Let's quickly zoom in. This is the ADS. As you might remember this holographic and red dot. Now let's look at the ACOG scope. Yeah. So what I'm doing is one more thing. I'm just not zooming. I'm just scaling this thing, this ACOG mesh on the y-axis by like let's say 85%. So this looks like it's proper ACOG, but it's not. It's actually compressed. I can show it to you guys. As you can see, it's very thin. It's something that Rainbow Six does, and I was very inspired by that. This is the standard scope. There is no picture in picture, but if I press X on my keyboard and enable it, you'll see the drop in performance. Yeah. So here is the picture in picture. It's actually looking good. It's a 1K resolution image. And yeah, that's it. It's looking nice. I've adjusted it so it actually looks nice. Right. There's something wrong with the socket. I'll have to fix it. Yeah. And now let's look at the vertical grip. If I press 8 on my keyboard, just look at the arms. As you can see, it has turned. If I eject and I look at it here, see this, the arms are curled up in a close to natural position as they should be. And yeah, so I can just play the whole game like this and nothing will change. See, it's still holding its position. If I shoot and if I just ADS everything, and I can just press 6 to erase everything, and the barrel comes back. Sorry, the arm comes back to the barrel, and as you can see, it's also grabbing the barrel in a almost natural situation, the way it should be. But it's again using fabric node, and that's it. So I've added this much stuff. It's not much, it may not look much, but it is something for me. It took a considerable amount of time, and I was also busy. Now I have exams coming up, so I may not be able to upload any devlog for like 2 weeks or so. So bear with me, and I'll appreciate your patience. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any queries or anything, or you want me to make a tutorial, just let me know in the comment section. I'll try my best to do it. And that's it. So we have covered the picture-in-picture scope, two different reload logics, some enhancements, and vertical grip inverse kinematics. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll probably have completed user interface by then, and maybe some weapon recall system, which is again affected by the difficulty of the game. So yeah, that's it guys. See you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.